G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle, and today we're going to look at the Warhammer previews that were released, and we're also going to look at Saul Tarvitz over on Forge World. I've been very busy lately, with work especially, and I was off at a shooting competition yesterday, so I haven't really had time to put out videos. At the start of the year, it's when I have my holidays too. Unfortunately, my holiday was reflooring my house and working. Not a great holiday, so I need to work on that. Anyway, Saul Tarvitz is where we'll start, because he's already been released. What do I think of the model? I don't like the helmet especially. Don't hate it either. Nothing really attracts me to the helmet. The sword is... well, the face just screams Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, Adrian, we're gonna beat up the other Emperor's children, eh?
But, yeah, the sword looks crap. I think it's because he's trying to... it's got a massive handle on it already. And he's got that sort of... it's not half sword. He's using that forward of the crossguard grip that you'll see on, like, very large long swords. Think like Landsknecht and Claymores. Except the blade is no longer than any other sword in the Horus Heresy, so it makes no sense why you'd have it. Which is weird for the sake of weird, and I don't think it improves the model. Probably with a little conversion, this would look really nice as Emperor's Children Praetor, using the armor, maybe the cloak, the backpack, which all of that looks great. Definitely a different head, maybe Eidolon's helmet, or a Palatine Blades helmet on this model, and a Phoenix Spear in the hands. And this model will be infinitely nicer looking, because otherwise I think it's really good, except for the really, really shitty rock, which does absolutely nothing for the model on the base. It's literally a squared off rock with two little, I guess, bullet hole divots in the side of it, and a little frowny skull. Just adds nothing to the model. This model would have looked just as nice standing on flat ground. Whatever. It's okay. It's an okay model and nothing more. And the price is not okay. This is a $20 model. Sorry, that's what it is. That's what it's worth. It's a $20 model. That is not a $69 model. On what planet is that a $69 model? Just no. Alright, let's go look at some previews. I haven't been through these yet, because like I said, I've been away on the range for a couple of days. So, let's see what we've got. The armor of... fuck. What's this angry dude in a wig doing piloting this mech suit? This is trash. So, they're trying to make it look like this... I'm going to say chick, although I don't believe it. This looks like, in one of those Sia film clips, it looks like someone put the wig on Shia LaBeouf instead of on, the little Maddie. So, I can understand her arms sticking out to run the control panels. Where are her legs going? Because there's nowhere for her knees to bend in here. So, is she just pivoting her legs at the hip, and her whole leg and foot is in here, moving it? It doesn't look like it is physically possible. And I mean, we cut Marine Terminators a bit of slack for physical possible. This thing, no way, no. This is shit. It looks like they had assets of Imperial Knights that they upscale the legs of a regular Sister of Battle, kept the same size torso off one, and then stuck the shoulders and weaponry off like an epic Titanicus scale Imperial Knight. And not even that. They couldn't just give it a gun on an arm and a sword. They had to give it shoulder guns too, because Games Workshop just doesn't know when enough is enough. They just got to keep adding and adding and adding. They love over-designing things now. It's a sickness within their design team. This model is shit. Probably come out with some decent rules though, so that people are conned into buying it. but come on, no one can objectively say that's a good model. Epic new boxed set. Let's see. He looks alright. Busy, but I'm fine with it. I like the helmet. Actually, I really like the helmet on that. I want to say that. The little Stormtrooper side ports on the helmet actually does a lot to chonk out the head a little and make it suit a lot better inside that Gravius armor. Yeah, that I kind of like. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that looks really good. I quite like that. I like that it's got that heavy, old school heavy bolter feel about it. Like it's an actual supporting weapon. And the chunky Gravius armor works in this case. Don't like that as much. No, I think this is definitely the pick of the two out of this. Yeah, same thoughts as the last guy. Same. So yeah, this guy, good. This guy, fine. This guy, great. And the rest are just, whatever. More Primaris Marine mediocrity. It's fine. Alright, what have we got here? We got the cube from Hellraiser. Being run by Mechanical Octopus. Guillermo del Toro wants to know your location. Which one's that? Is that the Chronomancer, the time guy? It's a very interesting design. I think this has more conversion fodder for Dark Mechanic and potential than it does as a Necron model. So I don't think it works as a Necron model for me personally. But various tastes may disagree. I just think all the floating cubes and such doesn't scream of the practicality that most Necron equipment has. Like, because clearly he's taking these cubes out. This one in his hand belongs in this blank slot up in the top corner above his right shoulder pad. So he's storing cubes in his giant headdress he's got to reach up to and grab out. And he pulls out these cubes to activate them and then puts them back in or something. I don't know what the model's trying to tell me. Also, he's got that single eyebrow / eye lens. It looks like it's frowning, so I keep thinking of Plankton of SpongeBob when I look at this guy. With Squidward's legs. Is that the inspiration? Was Billy the intern watching SpongeBob when they came up with this? That would explain so much. Yeah, there's good ideas here. I don't think they mesh into a homogeneous whole. I'll put it that way. New Flay one is good, except this guy has a hillbilly bucktooth. Ding 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 ding. I don't know. They needed a whole arm. Just weirdly, like, what's even holding this arm up to his torso? That's weird. It's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with these. Flay ones look good. That, Chronomancer or whatever does not look good. A little bit of Necron terrain though. It looks good. Some little Necron doors and little Necron cargo plates and pylons and stuff. Yeah, no, that I like. Titanicus, what if... Ooh, okay. The Warmaster Titan. How do you assess something this big? Alright. Let's start at the bottom. Legs are good. Really good. I really like the legs. The feet, little feet plates, they work fine. Then you get to the shins, and one side has like a las cannon or something, the other one has just a vented ball, I guess. Like, it has a golf ball embedded in it. That's a shit design choice. Either give it a gun in each leg, or give it nothing and leave it as a blank canvas instead of just adding more gold trim. There's a bit of a gold trim obsession here. Okay, that's fine. Alright, the crutch area, it's weird. So it's got these big struts angling in from the knees up to the pelvis, which I don't think does anything for the model other than adding more clutter visually to what is an incredibly busy model, and that is not a compliment. The plates of armor that make it up from the crutch, we'll say, to the chest, there are way too many plates of armor. It is a big cemented carapace, and I don't think it adds anything to the model, having got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plates of armor to cover an area where, I mean, you can look, the upper thighs are pretty much the same length, and they're covered by a single piece of armor. And I don't particularly think this unit in real life is very flexible at the waist. It doesn't have a 6-pack abdominal section. It clearly has a big rotating turntable inside there. So there's zero articulation, so why would it need all these overlapping segmented plates? It's just visual clutter. Probably 2 plates would have been plenty there. Copy in fact, I will go to Games Workshop to show exactly what they should have done, because I think that's the best way to do it. I have a Nemesis Warbringer. They should have done what the Warbringer did for its torso. This sort of double plate crutch plate in the middle, and then a chest piece above it, and then just a little bit of exposed turning torso in the middle. Because, well, how's this guy going to turn his torso? At some point, all of these armor plates are just going to slap into his own legs. So he's going to have very, very poor articulation of the torso. It's over-designed. I don't like it. And then he's got the little shields on the arms and the shoulders like they all have. And then he's got shields dangling like fucking crystals off a teenage girl's rearview mirror in a car, just hanging off the guy's shoulders on chains underneath these little like stubbers or something. No, it just doesn't work for me. It's a very, very busy model. The thing is, I shouldn't be looking at something like the old school Imperator Titan. Let's bring it up. Imperator Titan. I shouldn't be looking at a miniature like this and saying that feels, and this is a converted one with more stuff, that feels less busy than this. I think they're trying to equate busyness with skill or being good. No, legs are good. I think the arms are pretty good. I think it all falls apart in the midsection. Fix the midsection. Maybe don't add all the junk. Maybe someone can resin print a better something kind of torso plate to go under the head and fill in that chest, abdomen, and crotch area better. Because this is a very, very busy model. And it's a big boy too. It's a real big boy. It's making a bigger model than a Warlord without going to the Imperator, which I think people wanted more. I'm not saying they didn't want a Warmaster Titan. That's no, I'm sure people did. I just wouldn't it have been nice to go to the Imperator first. Like, people love the Imperator. I mean, it was a major deal back in the day. Wouldn't it have been great to see one of these in, Forge World's more modern style? I'm just afraid that if they did do an Imperator Titan now, looking at what they've done with this, it would have like 50 segmented armor plates to make up its chest or something. It just would be incredibly over the top. I don't hate it. I want to stress that. I just think that midsection could use improving.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I got nothing. Why does Teclis look like Osiris, the Egyptian god of the dead? God of rebirth. He's got like green skin. Was Teclis killed and then reassembled by his wife? These are pretty cool looking endless spells. Yeah, I like those. I wonder how big that snake is. I'm trying to find a good Kadai Destroyer for my Chaos Dwarves. If anyone has a really good Kadai Destroyer suggestion, please let me know in the comments. Yes, the vampires. So, this one I kind of like. He reminds me of in Bram Stoker's Dracula, Gary Oldman right at the start of the movie when he's in that really ribbed red armor, which I think was a big inspiration for the Blood Dragons for Games Workshop. Except he also looks like he's a bit stoned and he's staring at his hand going, whoa, what's that? Whoa. Like, He probably like drank the blood of a hippie or something. This chick I like quite a lot. She reminds me a lot of Kate Beckinsale in, not Underworld, I know it's the one people immediately go to. I was thinking Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman. She's got like these armored legs, just a little bit of like a shoulder plate going on. The rest of her is unarmored. And with these sabers, looking almost like a cutlass or Achilles. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think she looks more like a pirate though than a traditional vampire, but pretty good model. This guy I love. This is my favorite of the vampires, by far. You can see the 3D printing striations, though, on his mace head. You can see thin little silver lines going from side to side, where they've picked up all the little imperfections from the master. Not shitting on it, just is what it is, and it's always worth pointing out. This is the downside of 3D printing. I like that slightly more Nosferatu look that he has going to him. That's what I describe it as, because I think the bald head with the more bat-like features, that's immediately what I think of over other vampires. The classic, Dracula type with the slick black hair and the handsome features. The fact that he's not on a tactical fucking rock, just something as simple as that proves that, hey, you don't need to put every character on a rock. He looks good. Simple, understated weapon. Yeah, it's big, but the head on it, combined with the size of the shaft, that mace looks really good. It looks like a big sweeping two-handed mace that a superhuman vampire could wield, which makes a lot more sense than a lot of the other weapons that you see floating around. I like the fact that it's a more basic pose and not something super dynamic. He looks like a vampire general who is just watching his army go into combat, and he's just arrogantly waiting at the back, supervising it. Doesn't feel he needs to step in, that it's not worth him stepping in. He is above the pettiness of Mortal Kombat. That's great. I really, really like that model. I think I'll get one. This looks like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Green Goblin design with wings. Maybe one of the guys from... Anyone remember the show Gargoyles? Yeah. Not the best vampire. Not intimidating, I think is the best way to look at it. This guy is very much the opposite of intimidating. This is like, I don't know, a Fright Night, when the original Fright Night, when the friend gets turned into a vampire. Yeah. Okay. Cursed City. Ooh, Warhammer Quest Cursed City. I really do like Witch Hunters. That's my original warband in Mordheim. I'm repainting a bunch of the old white metals at the moment for myself. The shins are very, very weird looking. Those greaves are very angular. They give it almost a robotic or modernist feel. In fact, the armor and leather as a whole is very angular the more I look at it. The chest especially. Lots of sharp edges. Even the claw on the hammer is sharp-edged. Is the theme of this Witch Hunter octagons? Because it's working. Oh, it's a cool model. I don't know what this is, but I like it. I like it. That's got some creep factor to it. Cool. Yeah. I'll go with that. The villainous Gorslav the Gravekeeper. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get me those models. They look cool. He'd make a really good thrall in Mordheim, that Gorslav the Gravekeeper. Really, that's it. So how did we go? I think we went pretty well on the whole. A lot of nice models, some kind of shit ones. I don't think that's going to be anyone's favourite new model, let's be honest. Yeah, cool endless spells. Teclis is now Osiris. I think we can all agree. More cowbell. Anyone? The Titan with the biggest case of visual overload I've ever seen. And that's saying something. So really, it was this Titan that copped the brunt of the negativity. Everything else got pretty positive, big thumbs up. Not so this Titan. Actually, no. I gave some negativity to this guy, didn't I? For his weird, eclectic design, and... I mean... Come on, who can take that seriously? And this is Sisters starting to stray into Marine territory, so it's Games Workshop going, look, we won't make female Marines, but we're going to give them like their own Terminator suits or Centurion suits now. And she still hasn't got a helmet either, so she's just a big fire magnet. She's like, oh, look out, she's got this real heavily armoured battle suit, and then some rattling sniper just puts a round through her skull. Take that, Seer. Seriously. I hate this model. That's it. That's it for the reviews. I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you all next time.